Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about 10 tips to be more environmentally friendly starting from today. It's going to be easy tips, things that you can change in your lifestyle. Let's jump right in. If you see me looking down, it's because I have my phone here, and that brings me to my first tip. So tip number 1 is to use less paper. As you can see, I'm using my phone for notes. We tend to buy planners, diaries or notepads, and the chances that we use every inch of that paper is very minimal. So what do we do when we're done using a diary, a planner or a notepad? We usually just put it in a drawer, it gathers dust, and eventually we just throw it away. Technology is so advanced these days that you can actually do all your planning, your notes, and even filing on an app on your phone. Save the trees, people. Save them. Use your phone. It's easy. Tip number 2. Okay, I need to go fetch the straw. Tip number 2 is to use a reusable straw, such as this stainless steel one. So I bought my stainless steel straw from Spa in KZN last weekend, but they're also available on takealot.com. I will put a link in the description down below. Okay, so why shouldn't we be using plastic straws? Basically, a straw is a single-use item and totally non-essential. Because it's a single-use item, they wash up on all our shores ever so often. It's one of the biggest contributions to plastic pollution. I will put an image on the screen of what our oceans and what our shores look like. Why am I talking like this? I think it's because I'm not used to sitting down and vlogging. Right, what I wanted to say is, you don't need a straw. I could be drinking my ever so delicious iced coffee without a straw. But if you feel like using a straw, use a stainless steel one or a bamboo one. You can keep them in your purse or in your car. It's not that hard. Tip number 3. Switch off all of the plugs that you are not using. Super simple, super easy. If you want to boil the kettle, you just flip the switch on and boil the kettle. When you're done, flip the switch off. Tip number 4 is to start a compost bin. So in one of my previous videos, you'll see that I keep my veggie peels and my fruit peels and pips and all the offcuts, and I actually add it to my veggie garden. And that brings me to tip number, where are we? 5. Start a veggie garden. It is way more cost effective. You know what kind of pesticides are going on your food because you're the one spraying them. It's way more organic and you have total control. So you know what's going on it, you know what's going in your mouth. It's a win-win situation. It saves you a trip to the store to go and buy fruits and veggies. Just pluck them in your garden. Tip number 6 is to use reusable bags. So we actually purchased a bag from Checkers, which is, it has a, what do you call them? Like a silver insert. I don't actually know. I'll put it on the screen now if I remember. But they're cheap. You only need 3 or 4. We only have 1. So one's possible. What we do is we do all our shopping, put it all in the trolley, go and pay for it, pack it back into the trolley without any bags or nothing, just like that, loose items, take it to the car and then repack it into our reusable bags. And then when we get home, we just take the reusable, why can't I speak? We just take the reusable bags out of the car and unpack our groceries inside and keep the bags in our car for our next trip. One thing that I've heard many people say is that they actually like the plastic bags that they get their groceries in because they reuse them to put bits and bobs in and trash, rubbish, whatever. I mean, come on guys, there's nothing wrong with our hands. We're blessed with 2 hands to be able to wash the bin, so you don't need plastic bags, you don't need rubbish bags. Just throw everything straight into the bin, wash your bin every day, it won't smell because you're washing it every day. Tip number 7 and 8 we actually don't do yet, but are planning on doing it soon. So tip number 7 is invest in a water purifying system. So I find Sean and I often buy our bottled water. We spend between 10 to 12 rand for one bottle of water. If we have a water purification system in our house, I can buy a stainless steel bottle. I can fill my bottle with my own purified tap water and head on out. No need for me to buy a bottle of water every single day. If we had to work out 2 bottles of water, one for Sean and one one for Sean sorry, one for Sean and one for me, if we had to work out how much we would be spending per year if we had to buy a bottle of water every single day, I think we could invest in a few water purification systems. So I'll link down below a website that actually sells most of the things that I'm talking about today, and that's Faithful to Nature. They have a water purification system. I think it's around 1,500 rand, which is not too bad. Tip number 8, that again, can you see, like, I don't know, on screen it doesn't look right if I do that. Should I be doing that? Anyway, tip number 8 is using a shampoo hair bar. Did you know that that was actually a thing? I didn't know that. So we will be investing in a shampoo hair bar. You get that on Faithful to Nature as well for 49 bucks, I believe. We buy shampoo and conditioner. Oh, my eyes are watering. I don't know what's going on. We buy shampoo and conditioner at least 2 to 3 times a year, because we buy the big bottles. But that's still, it's a plastic bottle. That's actually unnecessary. So let's just invest in shampoo hair bars. I'd actually love to know how well they work. Tip number 9. Instead of using liquid body wash and hand soap, why not use a soap bar? A bar of soap. A soap bar. Why not use a bar of soap? And the reason I've included this tip is not only because the body wash and the hand soap come in plastic containers, but because some of them, if not most of them, contain microbeads. Now, this brings me to tip number 10. And it is our last tip for the video, and it is the most shocking thing in the world. Most of our body washes, toothpaste, facial scrubs, beauty products contain microbeads. So what exactly is microbeads? Most of the products that we use that contain microbeads are for exfoliation. Now, these microbeads are actually tiny little plastic beads made out of polyethylene. Google that. But basically it's plastic. So in other words, if you are brushing your teeth and accidentally choke and swallow some toothpaste, you're actually swallowing tiny plastic beads. That is scary. We buy that to clean our teeth or swallow, whatever makes you happy. Now, can you imagine if you are brushing your teeth twice a day, you have a household of, let's say, 6 people with toothpaste that has microbeads in. You're brushing your teeth, there's like 50,000 microbeads in your mouth. You spit it out, goes down the drain, goes into our water system, however that works, ends up in the ocean, a little fish is swimming, swallows all these microbeads because they're so teeny tiny that, and the ocean is obviously huge, that you cannot filter the ocean and kind of like clean up these plastic beads because they're so small. They're like micro tiny little beads. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I'll put a picture on the screen right now. I think one of the most scariest things is that most of the brands that we use actually know what microbeads are, and these are well-known beauty brands or well-known toothpaste brands that are still using microbeads, even though they know how harmful these things are to our health and to the environment. Can you believe that one shower can flush 100,000 microbeads down the drain and into the ocean? If you're 6 people living in a house, each person showers once or maybe twice a day, using a body wash with exfoliating bubbles, or however they have all these fancy terms for basically microbeads, plastic microbeads, and you're flushing them down the drain and into the ocean, and it's just extremely sad. And a simple thing like not purchasing a body wash with microbeads in is already a huge help. So if you prefer using a liquid body wash instead of a bar of soap, you do you. Also, there are so many alternatives to facial scrubs. Like, I know a lot of women enjoy treating themselves to a little scrub once or twice a week. You can actually make these yourself. You do not have to buy an exfoliating scrub. I will leave a recipe to a body scrub as well as a face scrub in the description box down below. Please educate others. Start with your family and friends. Show them this video. Talk about these 10 tips that I've just given you. They're really simple to do, and we will definitely be investing in a water purification system as well as a shampoo hair bar. Like I said, those are two things that we don't do yet. But if you come across anyone using something that you know is harmful for the environment, you know, maybe they don't know, maybe they're not sure, maybe they're not educated, so just educate yourself to educate them. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and remember to subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified for future videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.